Well, good morning, my peeps. It's been a hot minute. We are back in our home state of Wisconsin, finally, after a long road trip to Nebraska, almost as far west as you can go in Nebraska to watch the kid play baseball, and that was an experience. But very hot, very dry, just different than Wisconsin, and different lifestyles. Some pretty cool scenery, some decent food, some very good breweries that we found. But I am very happy to be back home in the North Woods of Wisconsin. And a lot of things have changed since we've been back. Number one, and let's start with what affects us the most with fishing, is the weather. I think we had 9, maybe even 10 consecutive days of 90 degrees or better, and not much rain in between. A couple of thunderstorms that popped up due to the heat and humidity, but the previous week or two before that was a lot of consistent rain, heavy rains. Our water table was way up. Everything's really green and tropical around here, but it's changed a little bit. It was about 90 when we got back home a day ago, but it's been, I think, 8 or 9 days since I've been on the water, which is unheard of. I'm getting a little goofy, if you want me to be honest with you, so I need to get back out there. Water temperatures right now, as of yesterday when I checked it, it's bath water out there. 84.8 is what I had yesterday for our surface temp. If you know anything, or you spend a lot of time in northern Wisconsin, you know that maybe once every 10 years, once every decade, we'll hit 80 degrees, but we won't stay there very long for a water temp. But this has been consistent now for, like I said, almost 8-9 days. We've been 80 degree plus water temps. It was 82 when I left. It's 84 now that I'm home. So it's still going up. However, we had a little bit of a cold front, I use that term lightly, but a little bit of a cold front roll in last night. Temperature's about 70 degrees right now, so it's 20 degrees cooler than it was yesterday. And I think we're going to top out at 71, 72. Overnight lows tonight are supposed to be in the upper 40s. Same thing for tomorrow, and then it heats back up. So we'll go see what the mood is of the fish. We'll go take the temperature on whether they want to eat or not. There's always fish to catch somewhere. It's just a matter of where that juice zone is going to be today. I have a feeling they're still going to be deep with the warm bath water we have out there. But yeah, let's get after it, and be sure to subscribe to the page. We got some fantastic giveaways from our sponsors. We've got a guided ice fishing trip we're giving away. All you got to do is subscribe to the page to be eligible for that, and we'll be drawing for that in October. So yeah, stay tuned. Let's go try to set some hooks, and you know us, we're gonna film it all, big, small, doesn't matter. Hook set's a hook set. I'm gonna be starting out with our Lyall Leads Finesse Slip Float. I got a 1/32 ounce jig head with a number 8 gold hook on it. We'll be using a little bit of meat with some red worms and crawler chunks, and then I've got the Gulp Cricket, the Gulp Angleworm, and I've even got the Gulp Minnow on board today, in case we stay out a little bit late. We usually get a crappie bite going that last hour of light, and if we stay out that late, we'll be shooting some of those. So let's go. starting to get a little goofy being on the road and not on the water. My place is definitely on the water. I'm a terrible driver, way too aggressive on the highway, and I'm not a very good passenger either, so that's why I stay on the water as much as I do. But yeah, so it's like somebody turned the fan on though. We got about a 20-mile-an-hour north wind today. Like I said, temperatures right now 70 degrees on the nose, overcast skies, completely different conditions than it was when we left. But I kind of like it. It's got a hint of fall in the air, and we actually started out fishing deeper. They weren't out there; they were in a little tighter. So I'm no longer in that 13 to 15 range like I was when I left because we had super warm conditions. Water temperature is still warm. It's actually warmer than it was when I left. But those fish have scooted up into about 10 foot of water right now, about 8 to 10. So that's the target zone. We've got them on the cricket, and we're setting our slip float to where it's only about 6 inches off the bottom. You know the drill if you follow my videos. We like to work that bobber as a tool. And what we're doing is when we're twitching that bobber, that bait's kind of scraping, just barely scraping that silt down there, making little silt puffs, and those bigger fish will come in and investigate. So we've actually got more company coming in, believe it or not. My mother-in-law will be staying with us. She gets here tomorrow, and she's requested fish tacos. So I'm going to keep about 10 fish today, 10 eaters for me, the wife, and her to enjoy some tacos. Everything else is going back, and we'll just keep swinging and see what we can do. Smacked it right by the boat. I tell you, it's always important when you're fishing on these flats. Make sure you work that bait all the way back to the boat, because about half of our strikes come, right by the boat, or about halfway between the boat and the weed line there. It's just where these bigger fish like to hold when the water temperature gets warm. But super windy today. I hope that's not affecting the audio too bad, but it is what it is. Another good fish there. That's probably a borderline eater. I like to throw everything for 9 back. That one's probably right at 9. We're going to let it go anyways. Keep some of the smaller ones. I like to keep those 8s, 8.5s. Those are 10 of those is good for little feed 3 people. So, all right, let's keep swinging. Every once in a while, you'll get some of these nice crappies on this flat too. Perch, bullheads, bluegills, crappies, they're all on this flat. A little bit surprised to see this guy up in the shallow water, being that it's so warm. But nonetheless, it's a nice crappie. Nice little bonus fish. I tell you, we've been getting a lot of these lately, which is very, very good to see. It's a good eating perch in Wisconsin right there. Obviously, they're not the teeter pigs, but when you get them like this, that is the perfect size to eat, and that's what we're going to do with this fella. Been seeing more and more of these throughout the year. We try to let most of them go, just so they repopulate, but we've been seeing a lot of them through the ice, and a ton of them this year, open water. So that's a good eater there. That's more of what we're looking for right there for the live well. That'll work. It's got a little bit of weight to it. They all fight so damn hard though, you know. Even those 8-inchers feel big at times. And that's all this one is. Stout little 8. Giving me all kinds of fits down there. Always check your stopper bead after a fish. It will sneak down or up on you at times. Take you right out of that juice zone. fish is staying down. It's got this toxic rod just pinned. It's a strong fish, whatever it is. It's a decent fish. That one might go 10 as well. Big old hen. The first big 10 we got was a male. That's a female right there. Stout hen. She's curvy. Let's get her on the catch board here. Just a scotch under 10. I mean, I pinched the tail and it was right there, but not quite officially. Still a good fish. Let's keep swinging. There's one. Boy, the majority of these fish are coming right at that 10-foot mark today. It's not a bad one either. That one might be a little too big to keep. It's a nice fish right here. We'll let that guy go. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, it seems like if I'm out a little deeper than 10 foot, not much going on. If I'm in too close to the weeds, it's a lot of dinks. But that juice zone is about 5 feet back from the weed line, right? As it goes from 8 to 10 foot, kind of flattens out a little bit. That's right where those fish have been coming from today. Pretty fish. One. Boy, the majority of these fish are coming right at that 10-foot mark today. It's not a bad one either. That one might be a little too big to keep. It's a nice fish right here. We'll let that guy go. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, it seems like if I'm out a little deeper than 10 foot, not much going on. If I'm in too close to the weeds, it's a lot of dinks. But that juice zone is about 5 feet back from the weed line, right? As it goes from 8 to 10 foot, kind of flattens out a little bit. That's right where those fish have been coming from today. Pretty fish. Another pretty fish there on the cricket. That's really all we've been using today. We haven't dabbled with the red worms or the crawler chunks yet, or the angleworm. It's just been the cricket. If it ain't broke, we ain't gonna fix it. So that one's a little too big to keep, but we've got 3 or 4 in the live well. We need about 6 more. So let's see if we can get them, so we can get some tacos. By the way, if you have any different, what I mean by different is something off the wall recipe for a fish taco, put it in the comments below. I like to try different stuff. Our recipe is pretty simple. We'll do a version where well, first of all, everything's on corn tortilla. I mean, everybody likes tacos with soft shell flour tortillas, but for a fish taco, it's something about that corn tortilla that makes it really kick. So we'll start with that, and then we do a mango habanero slaw, and then we'll do a version of either fried fish or just pan-seared, I guess you could say, with no breading, and both are fantastic. And if you want to spice it up a little more, you can put some sriracha on there, but the mango habanero is really good. If you've got any other suggestions that I can try, I'm open to anything really. Never met a fish taco I didn't like, so just appreciate it if you could put them in the comments below. And if you send us something, we're gonna try it. So, and then we'll give it a review on here. So yeah, if you got a recipe for fish tacos, comment below, and thanks. colors on that one. That one's just gorgeous. What a handsome dude. Another decent fish there. Been getting a lot of these right in this size range today. Nothing wrong with those at all. Just a little too big to keep. I like to get them just a tad bit smaller. I mean, if we get a big one, that's fantastic. I'm not gonna poo-poo that by any means. I mean, that's literally what we're out here for, is to get a big fish. But I also need to tend for the live well, so we'll let this one go and keep swinging. Live whale fish. Live whale fish. We're getting them all shapes and sizes today. Colors too, for that matter. That one's got a real grayish blue tint to it. Solid fish as well. Gorgeous fish. The key has been staying closer to the bottom. Same as when we left. Only difference now is they pulled out of that 15 feet of water and they're more like in 8 to 10, but same technique with the slip float and gulp cricket. Just kind of brushing it against the bottom there, kicking up the silt. Let that one go. Fun little pattern. It'll be this way through really early September. It'll be a deeper bite until we get those first, 3 or 4 cool nights. And by cool, I mean low 40s, upper 30s. When we get those temps to start coming in on a regular basis overnight, those fish will push back up one last time in the shallows to feed. And then it'll be following them back out to the basins and mid-depth structure for ice fishing. So got about another, I don't know, a good month and a half left of this pattern, so try it out. So that is the setup. That is the gulp cricket on a 1/32 ounce number 8 gold hook. That is our Lyall lead finesse slip float. We've got it rigged to where we're 6 inches off the bottom. We're in 9.8 feet of water right now. And it's just, you cast out, you let that float, catch up to the stopper bead, and then you start working it using that bobber as a tool, making that bait come alive down there, get your cadence going. My favorite is the twitch, 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 pause. Twitch, 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 pause, and it's usually on that pause you get bit. Nope. Another one for the live well. We're getting there. We need 3 more. Then we'll start going for the big dog. That was a good fish. That one's gonna sting for a while. Oofda. Solid fish. Definitely not as big as that last one that we just lost. That one is going to be on my mind for a while. That was one of those special fish. But it is what it is. We'll keep swinging away and we'll get one of those before the season's out. That was probably easily going to be the biggest one I've had all year. And my biggest so far is 11 1/4. And that one was much, much wider. It looked like it might have had the length. Can't tell you, I didn't get it up into the boat, so I'm not going to say anything, but it was definitely bigger than that 11 1/4 I had. So that one will sting. This one's going in the live well. That's a good one. That one probably won't hit the magic number that we're looking for as far as inches, but it's really close. We're going to get it on the board just in case. We'll get this one back too. That is definitely a fish we like to release. Let's see what this dude goes. I'm going to guess 9 3/4. But I've been wrong before. Yeah. Just a scotch under 9 3/4. We'll still let that one go. It's a good fish. Beautiful eater fish right there. We get one more of those and we'll be able to strictly target the bigger fish. So let's go get one more of these fellas and call Operation Fish Fry Part 2 a wrap. Jackpot, baby. Got our tacos. Moved up onto a set of small rock piles that are in 8 foot of water. Just checking to see if there's anything up here. It's a little more out of the wind, so it's giving me a little better cadence. I want to get this bait down 6 to 8 inches right off that rock pile. This warmer water, they're not wanting to move too far or too fast right down in that stuff. And if there's fish here, they should be sitting just adjacent off that rock pile with their bellies in the mud. Here we go. Another solid fish. We have got our last fish for the live well, so we're good. Now we can start swinging for bigger fish. Moved up onto a set of small rock piles that are in 8 foot of water. Just checking to see if there's anything up here. It's a little more out of the wind, so it's giving me a little better cadence. I want to get this bait down 6 to 8 inches right off that rock pile. This warmer water, they're not wanting to move too far or too fast right down in that stuff. And if there's fish here, they should be sitting just adjacent off that rock pile with their bellies in the mud. Here we go. Another solid fish. We have got our last fish for the live well, so we're good. Now we can start swinging for bigger fish. ton of fish on this rock pile, but, or I should say off to the side of it. Just don't think they're the right ones. They look like some of the smaller marks on the Humminbird there. You see a couple of bigger marks towards the bottom, but those look like bass. Of course, you know it's important to keep your bait on the right way. You want it pretty vertical with that hook. Boy, when you're working that slip float, it looks just like a bug in the water. Or something that's just hatched off the off the bottom, coming up from the mud. And those bigger fish will sit down there and wait for that to happen and just come up and munch. Fish, but we've got what we need for a fish fry, so our target species just became a little bit bigger than this guy. Got to get something bigger than that. Got plenty of these. Dogging me. Stocky fish. It's not going to have the length that we're looking for a big one, but it's a pretty wide fish if I can get him to settle down here. Pretty stout fella. Got about a half hour left to fish, so getting down to the nitty-gritty here. A couple more casts and we got to go clean these. last couple of hits have been pretty angry fish. Be nice to get one to hit that 10-inch mark before we leave, but that one's not going to do her. Nice little bluegill though. Plenty of hook sets today, that's for sure. Doggone it. It's twice he got me. Doggone it. That is the sound of success. Nice mixed bag today. Crappies, bluegills, perch. That'll do, donkey. All right, now that we got our fish fry out of the way, we can focus on maybe chasing some bigger fish. I think we got about 2 hours left in our day here. So, Operation Meat Run for the mother-in-law, a success. Now we're just going to take a couple big swings at some bigger fish. Hope you're still with us. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking it out with us. Hopefully we can stick a 10, maybe a bigger one for you. Let's go get it. So to try to up the odds in our favor on strictly targeting bigger panfish, we've pulled out to a deep flat. When I say deep, 13.6 feet right now. It's nice and steady. It's adjacent to a deep basin. So these fish will hold on that line or out, even suspended on that basin at times when that water temperature gets as warm as it is right now. But this time of the afternoon, it's late afternoon, they'll start to make their way up onto this flat to feed. So we're going to try to cut them off, and we want to be about 6 inches off the bottom for these bigger fish. They are down there feeding in the mud. That's one of the great things about using these finesse slip floats is you can adjust your depth very, very quick to get in that strike zone. You want that bobber to be kind of sitting half-ass like this, which means you're just scraping the bottom, and then when you work that bobber up and down, it's kicking the silt up. presentation and being in the strike zone when it's hot like this is very, very important. Just little small details like that make for, you know, fishy days or non-fishy days. And you'll know within the first 5 minutes if you're not in the right zone. If you're not getting bit, adjust and get that bobber to try to sit, you know, kind of cockeyed. So it's just nipping the bottom like that. This is a giant by any means. The one thing you do eliminate by fishing these deeper waters is you'll eliminate those little 6 and 7 inchers for sure. Those fish are tucked into the weeds, so these bigger ones are out here. I mean, that's not a 10, but that's a solid probably 9.5 right here. So we're on the right track for sure. Nice little golden hen right there. I tell you, these fish are stacked on this flat, but they've all been about this size. We've only cracked the 10-inch mark one time. We had another fish that was really close to making that catch board, say 10 inches, but earlier in the day, if you've watched the video, I lost a good one. I mean, it is what it is. It was bigger than anything I've caught all year for sure. Like I said, the biggest one we got so far this year was 11.25, and that fish that I lost dwarfed that fish, so it sucks. It's part of fishing. I think it's part of what makes us keep coming back for more. But our day is almost over, so as you see, it's not always easy to put big fish in the boat. We do a pretty good job of it, I think. But there are days like these where it's a struggle. We're not done yet. Big old ear tab. Love when they have those big ear tabs. There's just so many different patterns on these fish. There we go. Been a hot minute since we got bit. Finally found a little patch of sandgrass out here. Oh, that's a nice fish. Oh, that's a toter. Nothing wrong with that handsome fella right there. Nice stout fish. All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. That's why we keep swinging right there. Starting to get a few better ones now. That's a good fish. Choking this cricket, man. Just choking it. Pretty fish, but this is just your typical eater, so we'll keep swinging here. That's a good one. Nice little biscuit there. We'll take that all day. We'll take it. It's another decent crappie. Telling you they eat these crickets too. It's a pretty decent fish. He's out here on this deeper flat. He was close to the bottom too, because like I said, I've only got that slip bobber set about 6 inches towards the bottom, so I mean he was down there too, feeding on those bloodworms, more than likely. Well, got about 5 minutes left before it's supper time. It was a pretty good day. We set out in the morning to get our fish fry fish for our company. We did that. Took the last 2 hours to go hunt some big fish on some well-known big fish spots. We got 110, one close to 10, a lot of 9s. But, can't always get the big ones every cast, and that's some days we can, some days we can't, and some days there's days where you just get a couple, and it is what it is. It's just fishing. That feels like a better fish there. It's got some weight to it. I think that might be the best one of the day, to be honest with you. Oh yeah. That's a biscuit. That's a great fish to end a pretty good day on right there. Probably the biggest one of the day. We'll get it on the board here and see what it goes, but I just talking about how we kind of struggled on big fish today, and right on cue we get one here to end the day. Let's see what it goes. Absolutely choked this cricket. It's way down on the gullet. That is another fish that has hit the 10-inch mark right on the nose. We'll get a picture of that one on the board for you. So yeah, okay. Erase everything I said previous hook set. We did get 2 that hit the 10-inch mark. 1 close. Lots of 8s, lots of 9s. Not too many dinks, which is good. And a live well full of eater fish for our company. So all in all, a good day. Thanks for hanging with us. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's a channel if you like panfish, if you like the outdoors, if you like the Northwoods. We're here for you. Just nice and simple, clean, easy fishing. Good summer's eve, my fishing peeps. We had about an hour to kill after dinner tonight, so the lake is like glass. It was just calling me. I know a bunch of you can relate to how that goes. So we had to go make some casts, and yeah, sometimes when you get that itch to go, you might only be able to get out for like an hour, maybe even only a half hour, but it only takes one cast to get a good fish, man. So, well worth it already. That was our first cast of the night.